Hello everybody. Today I want to talk about my orchids and show you some of them. Actually, I want to show you a few orchids that I bought 2 months ago, and they were slightly frozen and they have lost a few of their leaves, and they looked quite good when I bought them, but when I brought them home and I noticed that they have soft leaves and they have swollen leaves. They were frozen. They were transporting them. They probably did not cover them good enough. Well, and I actually was fighting, and I'm still fighting with mealybug. I had mealybug invasion, and some of my orchids have lost their beautiful flowers during this fight. Actually, what damaged them more is when I was fighting with them, and I was spraying with soup, and it burns the flowers. And if you live in Europe or America, you probably know how hard it is to fight with bugs because we have no insecticides here. The insecticides, most of the good insecticides are banned here, and you can't just go and buy them, and it is very complicated. I bought Actara. If you don't know what Actara is, it's one of the best insecticides, but I bought fake one. So they sold me fake, and the hologram is fake, and it did not help. Actually, I don't know what I watered my plants with, but you see this, some of the white spots here, like this, you see? It's the crystals, it's the fake Actara I watered my plants with. And if you don't know what Actara is, it's one of the best because when you water it, the plant is getting this poison through the whole plant. It gets the poison, gets through the whole plant. It's not harmful for the plant, but when the bugs, they bite and drink the juices, they get poison and they all die. So it's like the best. And it's not harmful for the plant, but I don't know what I watered my plants with. And here's the stone rose and the magic art. Yes, they can. Actually, this variety called magic art, and it can bloom like stone rose as well because it had parents. Stone rose is one of the parents, I think. So yes, they can bloom differently, and this part is magic art, this part is stone rose, and here's just stone rose, the whole one. And last summer it was blooming like this, the whole flower were like this. I think when the temperature is cooler, it gets darker. And actually all the Phalaenopsis, when the temperature is cooler, they get bright and darker, more spots. As you can see, this is Pescara, and it has so many spots here. It shouldn't be this bright, actually. It wasn't this bright when I bought it. So let's take a look on the frozen orchids I bought. They are already having new stalks in 2 months. I am surprised on this huge one here. So today I want to talk about these 2 orchids. I will try to attach a picture on what they looked like when I bought them. They had flowers, yes, they had stalks, which I cut them immediately after I bought them just to help them to recover because they were frozen. As you can see here, I cut the stalk, and this one is called Dragon's Heart. The reason I bought it, actually I saw it was a little bit frozen. The reason I bought it because it has a baby here. I decided to play kindergarten with this baby. Like, it's growing already. As you can see, in 2 months, it developed a new spike. I was very surprised. Well, yes, the orchid had good root system and it's already growing. And actually, let me tell you, if the Phalaenopsis is frozen, you can't really know. Well, when you buy a frozen Phalaenopsis, you can't really know how deeply it was frozen. Well, in my case, it wasn't very deeply frozen. It has lost 3 leaves here. This is also because it was frozen here. It's damaged like this. Oh, it's just water. It's just water now. And here are the damages as well, as you can see. These damages are from cold temperature. These orchids are just for background here, and they're really cute. And this is about 2 years old since I bought it and replanted it. This is also repotted. Let's see the roots. I watered it yesterday. Yesterday I watered them, so the roots are all green. Let's put it back. And yes, I put my orchids, usually I put them in double pot, so it's easier to water because I usually add a little bit of water. So this is Dragon's Heart. The reason I bought it is that it has a baby and I saw that it was frozen. Here, this orchid is called Santa Rosa, I think, and it has a name here, Santa Rosa. This was last frozen, also from cold temperature. And if the orchid is frozen, you can't tell immediately if it will be good or bad. You should wait about 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, it will either die or survive. So I didn't do any special things for them. And it has a new spike as well. In 2 months, it's so big. And they started developing new flower stalks in 2 weeks after I bought them, I think. Yes. They are about 2 months now. If you don't know, the Phalaenopsis orchids are slow growers, and it takes about 2 to 3 months for flowers to develop. So, and it has buds already. This one is starting to have buds, and I think it will have sides here, buds on the sides as well. This one's called Santa Rosa, and it's pelaric. If you don't know what pelaric is, it's like this is a standard flower, for example. And pelaric is like a tulip. It won't open fully. It will be like something like this. Some people don't like it. And actually, when I first saw it, I was like, it looked weird for me. But then, well, it's very popular to buy pelarics among other orchid lovers. And yeah, I got into this fashion, so I bought it. And it had good roots as well, and the roots did not die. Only a few leaves have died, and this developed. I won't cut this leaf because it's still working. Why would I cut it? Yes, it's not looking pretty, but it's not about prettiness now. It's about its health, I think. And it's healthy. It has grown a new leaf in these 2 months, and it's growing another leaf. The roots are growing. I'm very happy. And yes, when I bought it, I cut the spike here that it had just to help it to recover, and I put it under a lamp. You know, I have lamps on my shelves, and it's very important to have light. Very important for all the plants actually, and orchids as well, to have light to recover. And here I have another patient. Actually, I bought this orchid very long ago, and I don't know why, but it just doesn't want to grow. So not always happy cases. There are some bad cases as well. I bought this orchid about 1.5 years ago, and it was blooming 2 times. But then I decided that it's growing really bad. It had quite bad roots. I decided to stop its blooming and offer it another. I repotted it. I repotted it quite many times, and it didn't want to grow. It was losing its roots. And then I decided to take it out of the media at all and just put it in the open space. It's not always soaking in water. No, not always. Sometimes I let it dry. Sometimes I fill it completely with water. All the roots, I mean, not the leaves. And let it drink. I usually use fertilizer, just normal fertilizer, but just a little bit of it. Yes, it's growing. Yes, it's growing, but it's growing very slow. It's like in this condition for about 5 months now. And actually, I'm very tired of it. I was thinking about throwing it away, but I still didn't. Yes, I wanted to bloom. I wanted to be healthy. But I think some of the Phalaenopsis varieties are harder. For example, this Pirate Picotee, it's called Pirate Picotee. This is considered to be a very nice, it's growing faster than others. It likes to bloom. It continues to bloom here. But some varieties, I unfortunately don't know its name, and I've lost the picture, but it has a big flower. It's about 11 centimeters. It's 10, but sometimes it gets to 11, so it's big. And it never wanted to grow normally like others, like this one, for example. It has many roots and it's strong. So some of the varieties are harder to grow. They require more requirements, I don't know. And yes, so basically, yeah, not always the happy cases. Yeah, and I have some orchids that have died in last year. I have 3 orchids, 3 Phalaenopsis that have died. Yes, not always the happy cases. Not all of my orchids are this strong and beautiful. But I try to keep them, I try to take care of them, and I will be filming more videos and how I repot them, what kind of media I use. These Phalaenopsis are from Holland. They come from Holland. They are potted in bark, pine bark. I also use pine bark, but I use bigger pieces. Like this is quite small. I use like 4 times larger, but it also depends. Sometimes I add moss. Here's a moss growing, and there are clay balls on the bottom. And you see this white is this fake Actara I watered with. Thank you everybody for watching, and thank you everybody for nice comments on my first video. See you next time.